Alright, what's up guys? I'm JFleezy and welcome back to another episode of Rustbelt Championship Wrestling. And we're going straight into Street Fight. Let's do it. Alright, here we are. RCW Street Fight. And we open the show with a new syndicate in the ring. Opening a new era. Ernest Youngman talked about, as I just said, it's a new era. We removed the boss, ran him out of his own company. Now the true Ironbound Syndicate run the company. You have Annihilus there, standing menacingly. It's a freak show. Zippy being obnoxious, and Ernest just cutting a calm, cold promo. We then have an incredible opening match, honestly, of Nate DeMarcus and Tyrone Gray, kind of just in a throwaway match, defeating Jason Patterson and what's his name? Riley Patton, that guy. 57 from Nate, 42 from Tyrone. A fantastic opener that got a way better rating than I expected. Very good stuff. We then have Americana Jr. and Texas Hangman going to Tamara, who is now booking the show at this point, saying they want the Ironbound Syndicate now. So, see what she does. We then have El Hijo del Neutron take on Fearless Blue, where he discards Fearless Blue pretty easily. 47 from El Hijo del Neutron. Fearless Blue is irrelevant, let's be honest. 44 rating, good stuff. We then have a Talia promo. In her normal Talia promo's way, very cocky, very arrogant, very every synonym you can think of, that's Talia. But the woman can back it up, she is a true badass. 49 segment rating, very good stuff, very hot crowd. We then have a wild brawl with Zippy Deverell and Texas Hangman, where Texas Hangman defeats Zippy Deverell after about 10 minutes with a chokeslam. 56 from Texas Hangman, a mere 27 from Zippy, which is very, very disappointing. But Texas Hangman does carry him to a 48 segment rating, so very good stuff. We then have Pinky Perez making a very extravagant entrance for her match. 58 segment rating. Very extravagant, apparently. Actual pink butterflies flying out with her, apparently. I don't know. Crazy. We then have stuff out of order. Shoot. Our eye candy match of the night. Let's just pretend this was in the right order. Can't believe I did that. Joanna Silver winning her usual eye candy match, popping off with a 66 rating herself off her game, which is crazy. Segment rating 47, good stuff. Now we have the proper match, where she was supposed to be making the entrance properly. Anyways, Pinky Perez versus Talia Kinsel, whatever her name is. Talia defeats Pinky Perez in 16.5 minutes with a spinal trauma, winning the RCW Women's Championship for a second time. 67 from Pinky, 64 from Talia, but only a 61 rating. I guess the crowd is just that bad. 21 crowd rating. I mean, there's nobody here, so I mean that honestly could be the best. I don't know what the best match in company history is. I feel like that's got to be close if it's not it. That's an incredible match, and they're still gaining heat in this storyline. It's like the hottest storyline going on. We then have Talia celebrating in a mocking fashion, in a really mocking fashion towards Pinky, towards the crowd, towards anybody who doubted her. Yeah, no. It's Talia. Very arrogant. 53 segment rating. Good stuff. 53 is losing heat in this storyline. Incredible. And in your main event of the evening, we have Ernest Youngman, Americana Jr., 20-minute match. Ernest Youngman defeats Americana Jr. with the hit off of a distraction from Zippy Deverell. Ernest Youngman is now the RCW Great Lakes Championship. Truly a new era, maybe a golden era, maybe not so much, of Rustbelt Championship Wrestling. The chemistry being bad sucks, but man, another great match, great main event. 62 from each of them, even with bad chemistry. Oh no, it's Ernest and Zippy had an awkward pairing. Has that always been a thing? So that dragged the match down? That's annoying. What a main event. And we then have the Ironbound Syndicate attacking Americana Jr. when he's already down, putting the boots to him. Texas Hangman comes in, tries to make the save, eventually gets overwhelmed by the three before the rest of the Revolt come in making the save and running off the Ironbound Syndicate. 50 segment rating, a very, very, very hot end of the show. The performance of Ernest Youngman was good, shocker. What a great show RCW Street Fight was. That wild brawl, by the way, of Texas Hangman Zippy Devereaux was a street fight. Just to live up to the name, I should probably have said that. It was legitimately a street fight. 59 overall show rating. Probably the best show we've ever had. We will check after this. So, you know what? Let's get to that. Great show. Alright, here we are back in the office straight after the show. Top 100s. We have our best show ever was RCW Street Fight with that 59 tied with Rock City Rampage in February of this year. And top 100 matches was not Talia versus Pinky. Actually, it was Talia versus Pinky, but at Rock City Rampage in February of 2023. Incredible. These two girls are absolutely killing it. Ernest Youngman and Texas Hangman right there at Inevitability. 58. Beautiful stuff. Alright, let's get to the next show, RCW Lightning Strikes. Alright, kind of a packed show here, RCW Lightning Strikes. I actually ran out of time. So, we open, again, Ironbound Syndicate, in the ring, new era, new time, new business, new everything, you know. Ernest Youngman, first time stepping in the ring with his championship belt, and still talking how he defeated Americana Jr., how he ran JFleezy out of the business, how he runs this company. All the nonsense, right? Everything. He's speaking all the nonsense. And he's also doing it very well, because segment rating of a 61. Gotta be the best open we've had. Because every show is basically opened like this with the Syndicate in the ring. It's easily the best one, is it not? That's very good stuff. Very, very good stuff. Annihilus was poor too, that's what's crazy. He performed poor in being massive and intimidating. I guess he shrank? I don't know. And in an opener I knew would be absolutely incredible, Kira Lee defeats Ruby Reese in 10 minutes with the flying knee strike. Kira Lee, 56. Crowd got hotter. Yeah, no kidding. We then have Kira Lee cutting a promo, talking about Pinky, talking about Talia, like, she wants in, like, it's her time now. She's clearly proven herself. She wants her run. She wants her time in the limelight. She wants her recognition. You know what I'm saying. 52 segment rating. Kira's a killer. We then have Texas Hangman versus Hammer Hadley in, a match I thought would actually be much better than this. In a superb wrestling match, we have Texas Hangman defeat Hammer Hadley 9.5 minutes with a choke slam for a 44. Hangman does a 51, which is kind of low for him. Hammer does a 43. With his popularity where it is, that's quite a good performance. We then have an incredible brawl match. No, this ain't the brawl match. Never mind. We have an incredible match between Americana Jr. and Zippy Devereaux. 10-minute finish with Americana Jr. winning with an American Crush. 66 from Americana Jr. Listen, I signed him knowing he's a star. Like, if you're doing Cornellverse, Americana Jr. is an amazing performer. 66 with, like, no popularity. His popularity is probably going up now, but jeez. Zippy's getting there, though. That 36, that's quite good for Zippy Devereaux. More of a mouthpiece than anything. 61. Again, what is that? Tied for the second best match in company history. Zippy Devereaux is in it. Second best match in company history. How does this outperform Americana Jr. and Ernest Youngman? Insane. We then have, well, you saw it coming. The Ironbound Syndicate taking out Americana Jr. and Texas Hangman backstage. Absolutely destroying them. 48 segment rating is pretty weak, unfortunate, but hey, Fearless Blue got to be involved, so good for him. He did a thing. We then have, in our Wild Brawl match, Nate DeMarcus taking on Annihilus. Well, Annihilus does choke Nate DeMarcus out in 10.5 minutes with a choke grip. 54 from Nate DeMarcus. 36 from Annihilus. Not bad for the big man. 52 segment rating. That's very good stuff, man. Very good stuff. We then have our eye candy match of the night as a tag team match. Joanna Silver and Olivia Diamond taking on Gypsy Rose, Mellow Flashheart, where Olivia Diamond gets the pin on Gypsy Rose. Nope, pin on Mellow Flashheart with a DDT. Mellow sustaining cracked ribs in this match, probably from Olivia. I don't know. On a DDT? Oh, she had to work through it, so it's mid-match. Olivia's offer game. 41 segment ratings, very disappointing. It had to be the injury that really caused that. Anyways, the girls got some work in. Wow, look at Gypsy at 51. Good stuff. A little bit of a bummer, but it happens. Olivia got a win, too, so that's nice. Anybody's fault? Nope, just a freak injury. We then have Pinky Perez in our semi-main, taking on Katya Kornishkova, where Pinky Perez defeats Katya Kornishkova in 9.5 minutes with a pink butterfly powerbomb, which is still one of my favorite finishes. 62. 62 segment rating. Tied for the best match in company history, right? It was 62. Jeez. These women are absolutely insane in this company. Insane. And Katya's like, you know, below Pinky and Talia right now. Pulling out this match. I can't. We then have Pinky cutting a promo on Talia for not being here tonight. Supposed to be the champion. You're supposed to be the people's champion, right? You're supposed to show up. 53 segment rating. Pinky always shows up. 53 is a little disappointing, actually. 53 loses storyline heat. That's crazy in this storyline. And in your main event, jeez, these matches. Told you it was a loaded show. In your main event, in an exceptional match, Ernest Youngman defeats El Hijo del Neutron in 20 minutes with the hit, making defense number 1 in the Great Lakes Championship. And El Hijo del Neutron was on a pretty good run leading into this match. Unfortunately, he's got to take a loss here, but come on, it's Ernest Youngman. Not many people are beating Ernest Youngman with nobody backing him. He has a whole stable backing him. 66 from Youngman, 50 from El Hijo del Neutron. 62, tied for the best match in company history again, I believe. These 120 people got an absolute show worth way more than the money they spent. Jeez. Great show. Overall rating 63, best in company history. Has to be. I already don't remember what it was. I think it was 59. What a show. Guys, what a show. This is awesome. Let's get to the office. Alright, guys. That is our episode. And what an episode it was. We had the two best shows in company history and multiple of the best top 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the top 5 best matches in company history in this episode. Absolutely incredible. If you guys enjoyed this incredible episode, please leave a like. Help me feed that YouTube algorithm. Get more eyeballs on this series that's been quite fun, actually. As well as TSWF and Wrestling Empire. I'm absolutely enjoying everything we got going on here. The more likes, the more comments, the more watch time. You know how it is. All your guys' support helps me get all these episodes out to more people. So I appreciate you guys. Please leave a like. Please comment what you think about this incredible show, because I'm actually mind blown. And to make sure you don't miss any future episodes, make sure to hit the subscribe and that nice little bell button next to it so you are notified every time we post, which is 4 p.m. weekdays usually. I believe we're probably going to 1 episode a week of all the series. Well, I say RCW and TSWF. I don't know. Wrestling Empire is kind of like a bonus series. It's not something I can commit to doing regularly. I want to get one episode a week out, but life is crazy. Anyways, just hit the subscribe, hit the bell, you'll be notified. I will catch y'all later, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your days. I appreciate y'all.